base.
Military base.
Not just
finish.
island, but base.
Military base finish. Not just the island, the base. That's what is going to make it super extra spicy. Because the last game in particular, like your reaction to the end of that, Toby, was unbelievable.
I was caught off guard.
Yeah,
Let's put it that way.
You were because we had this finish. If you've just joined us, between Desperados and
Gamerlegion.
There you go, Gamerlegion. Where, of course, Desperado would running in from school. They definitely had the better ground, the better area to jump in onto Gamerlegion from. But Gamerlegion then just suddenly went poop in the blue zone, and it kind of really caught us off
I
guard.
think it's one of those situations where a lot is going on, plenty of pressure on both sides, honestly, in the game. And honestly, I mean, it's probably just, I mean, we have the benefit of seeing everything.
Of course.
They don't see everything, and we have no idea what is going on in their communication. Could be a billion reasons.
True.
As to why they made the decision they did. We feel like they had something to play around, but maybe they were like, you know what, it's not even going to be worth it. We know who we're up against. It's going to be a tough fight. We have no cover. We cannot do anything here. Let's just deny the points. And I mean, you can still be in second place in that game with a couple of kills to it too. That's a good couple of kills, a lot of kills.
And it's the fact that they didn't give the points over to Desperados.
To Desperados, exactly. I mean, Desperados, of course, got the win anyway, so good performance by them. They've had multiple wins over the last 2 weeks. Good performance and staying in it. But they've also had some games where they've gone out early. And, of course, that is what they're trying to turn around.
So we saw the playing trajectory was quite central. I'm hoping the first circle is going to be very heavily military based. I know. I know you say if you talk about it, it's not going to happen. But, hey, look.
We never know what's going to happen. That's the thing. PUBG, they tend to, and very oftentimes, give us a lot of interesting things. Now, Besiktas, they'll take their vehicles, go up towards Georgia Pole, and everyone is in their directions. And if you could see Cormac's face right now, he'd be jumping around in before it goes mainland again, Cormac, and you get denied.
Gotta keep my hopes up, man. Don't shatter my dreams, please, Toby. Do not shatter my dreams. However,
try not to.
So, but what's interesting about this first circle is that even though it's in Military Island, it's still very much occupied by water. So those shifts are going to be absolutely extreme.
It could go like way down on the southern shore and just be horrible from start to finish. We'll see, of course. One team that I think is not going to complain too heavily is the teams on your screen right now, because Northern Lights, not only are they the military team, of course, as you can see, but they're also currently the team sitting in first place, and honestly, teams are catching up to them. So if they could get just like maybe a good performance here, followed with a lot of kills in it, that could potentially be them separating themselves a little bit yet again.
And we do see Moonwolf also occupy that Military Island area. They're a team that also need some of a good result. They're lying kind of low down in the kind of bottom of the table right now. Don't know exactly where they are. I think they're down underneath 10th. And I was kind of having a look at the point average of the 12th team at the start of today's games, which was Se7en Esports, and they have a point average overall of about 4.29 points per game. So what I'm thinking is these teams that are kind of in the lower half of the table that are fighting for that 12th spot, if they can get an average of about 5 to 6 points per game, I feel that's going to give them the strongest chance of getting into the top 12.
Of course, what everyone is fighting for. We want to make it to Berlin, want to play against those 4 teams, whoever it may be, from PEL in the end of the, in the start, I guess I should say, of July, and try and, make your way in. I mean, 4 of these teams, potentially, could be seen in PEL in the next season. That's where we're at right now. Of course, that means that all the 4 PEL teams currently that are in the bottom, or would end up in the bottom, should fall all the way down. That's unlikely, but we'll see. Nothing is guaranteed yet. One thing that is guaranteed is the gift is Rue. He's sitting on this bridge and he wants to get some kills.
Mac and Dark, Vex.
Oh, he's not. He's in the car.
Okay.
I could debate it.
It's okay.
It's okay. We like you anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. We forgive you, Toby. But when you say something like that in terms of the top 4 could potentially be playing in EPL next season, that kind of makes me go, okay, there's a lot to play for. Talk about a lot to play for. Winside, they see Gamerlegion, but Gamerlegion, they're going in the opposite direction.
Yeah, they're just sending it full speed over. You do not want to stop and take a fight when you're in that area of the map, especially not with multiple players shooting towards you. Edgecar's trying to drive on through. His vehicle is going to explode, and that is going to be the first player eliminated in the game here. Surprised that he kept going that way, because he must have heard those shots, right?
Yeah, that I hate to say it, but that doesn't make sense, because not like Moonwolf weren't in military base. They were already there. They didn't technically need to move anywhere.
They were rotating on each their side. I mean, you have Alco and Washout down south, and you have Resu, and you had Edgecast on the northern side, but I think they were trying to meet on the western side quickly, but they were just getting jumped by a lot of people.
But common sense would have told you that a hell of a lot of teams would be looking to move into Military Island sooner rather than later.
Especially with 3 teams looting up and around the area of Ferry Pier and the Western Bridge. Trying to cross over that, cross that early is, of course, always dangerous.
But look at this, the bridge fights that I've really been looking forward to, these bridge compound fights, and we're kind of seeing it between Zoekt Een Naam and Winside right now.
There's a chance, that's for sure. Vasco and Page, they're going to drive on forward, trying to get further over towards the other side of the bridge. Of course, there's still slim of a chance that the circle could go back towards the main island, and that would just make things even more hilarious, I guess, with everyone trying to commit to it. Quickmath have yet to move. They're still far up north. Avangar, as we speak, are making their way out of North George. And then you have Page and Vasco down south, trying to get over on the other side of that bridge. Seems like it's a possibility. Winside, they've found themselves 1 kill so far, but they want to get some more with it.
It was somewhat of an easy kill onto the player of Moonwolf, but they're going to find out Vasco right now, who is in that vehicle, but gets out just to reposition himself somewhat. Zoekt Een Naam, they're they've gotten over the bridge, but they've now slightly split up of 3 in one side and 1 on the other side, so they've got to be a little bit careful, but they have gone into those buildings, so they're going to be able to push it forward for now, stay where they are, and just have an idea of what other teams are moving in to Military Island, so they can just really be a bit more calculated.
We'll have to... It's always tricky when you try to make these... I mean, especially when you're a team that's on the far side of a circle, that's one thing. But when you're on the far side of a military circle, you have to be extra wise about how you play. You can see Calvin, he didn't hit the shot. Seems like he was waiting and waiting and waiting, and unfortunately that one doesn't connect.
Like, I know you want to be calculated, but I sometimes feel that was just... He should have hit that, I don't know. I just feel like he should have hit that, but either way, it's not going to work for now, and they're potentially going to get themselves spotted out. But T-Bone, one of the highest kill players in this tournament so far, looking to make those plays count. But Simsy
tries to get those shots off. He did manage to fire a lot of them off, but not a whole lot of them managed to hit, unfortunately. And Max all spun around and got himself a knock in return, and he's going to be able to get the flush in too.
Yep, that's
Simsy
dead, and he's going to take that vehicle. Wow, isn't that a little bit? I'm going to kill you and take your vehicle.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Of course.
Whenever you stop and try to shoot at people, sometimes they do stop and shoot at you in return, and that's exactly what happened right there for AK and Quickmath, rotating side by side, coming in from the far northern side of the Erangel Island.
Now look at the 3 members of PG. This is what I call a bit of a safe but also somewhat risky thing too, of getting into that boat and going into Military Island via the water.
I mean, that's pretty much all you can do when you're on the western side of the circle. There's not a whole lot of other strategies to play around. You're not going to try and contest the bridge. And, well, I mean, we could see teams try and swim that distance, but I highly doubt that that's ever going to be a thing.
You know, it's just much safer, quicker, easier. Just get into that boat as a 3, or obviously I think it's better that they've done it as a 3-man team rather than a 4 squad. So yeah, we'll see what Yannick can do. But now Perfectix spotting out Moonwolf.
They thrown forward, trying to see if he can get himself a knock, and he knows he's up there. Just a matter of getting that nade thrown to the correct room. Circle goes as far south as we could probably expect it to here. It's gonna 100% guarantee a military game. So for you, Cormac, you'll be happy. And for those of you viewers out there who are enjoying these circles too, you will be as well. We need a home. They have to make a decision on whether they want to swim over from where they are, or if they want to go all the way east to take the bridge.
Toby, I'm just gonna watch the rest of this game. Yeah, mate, you can just continue solo casting. Yeah, no, I joke. I absolutely joke. Now, Perfectix, he's gonna potentially be 1v3'd. Not if the rest of his Northern Lights team do look to join him sooner rather than later. Washout looking to join in on the fun. Just take a little bit of damage from one of the Northern Lights team members. It's Quizzy driving in on the vehicle. Akko throws out the Molotov.
He's jumping around. He knows he's in there.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, peek ahead. Akko is going to get the double. First one at it. Trying to hold our washout as well. It's going to be tough, but we'll see if it's going to be possible. Quizzy, Perfectix both getting flushed on out. Now it's going to leave. Okay, bro, to make that inevitable run away. Lipson is... he's been left behind.
It's not looking too good for Northern Lights right now. However, Quickmath, they do see we need a home. Not quite getting the knockdowns that
Jump
they
out.
would hope.
Jump out, jump out. Only one person dying from it. I like the fact that they did jump a little late for comfort. I think that's exactly why they started sailing, because they heard the vehicles from Quickmath up above, and that, of course, it leaves Lipson behind. That's just how it is, but rather have two guys on the safe side of the circle than all of them being dead in the water. Smart play. That it seemed cruel at the time, but it did all work out in the end.
So, PG made a great, fantastic play. So, dropped two members of PG off, got back in that boat, jumped back over, picked up Yannick, and now they're gonna just sail back over to the military island.
He's become the ferryman.
Yep.
Erangel. That's these from now on. The one that transport people across the ocean. You can buy a trip if you want to. He'll safely transport you from one side of the island to the other.
Wonder if you get a free meal on board.
Maybe there's a bit of music playing, and you just maybe you get like the duty free shop because you're in international waters. That could be amazing. I don't know what they have of different services on Deese's boat, but I'm sure they're having a good time.
Well, I don't know if they're having that good of a time right now, because 4AK and Besiktas are firing from a distance onto those of... Actually, no, it's actually Avangar that are being fired. My apologies.
Yeah, they are indeed under fire. And Avangar, I mean, they want to sail all the way around, but at the same time, they've been shot at by so many players that they can't really commit to it. Se7en, that's a headshot from Lux. Not a whole lot you can do. Boat is already smoking. You have to jump out. This is going to be Avangar either dying now or dying very, very shortly, because that boat is not going to last them too long. They're already in the blue. They won't be able to heal. It is going to be tough, if not near impossible, for them to stay alive in this one.
I think it's clever that they're staying in the blue, because they're not taking that old out. Rezu gets knocked down by into the deep.
That is a full-on wipe on Northern Lights, and that's going to be your military team. Eliminated in 16th place as the new circle pumps. We see Gamerlegion sitting dead center. They're going to be happy with that. Hopefully for them, they can get themselves a win in this game. They had a really good second-place game last game with kills to it as well. So we'll see if they can double the top performances.
Calamenta, one of the highest damage dealers. I believe the highest damage dealer this week so far. Gets a knockdown onto Giftaroo. That's going to add to his damage points so far. Let's see if they can get that kill onto Gifted Roo and put more pressure onto Winside.
Calvin and the guys, they're trying to look over the side and see if they can get into a better angle. Ooh. I was seeing that one connect. I was thinking headshot as that shot got fired off, but unfortunately not the case. Clip though, he's there to get the headshot in. That's going to be the boom down. Then it's all. Oh, it does bounce over that. Fake actually gets it. That is an insane trajectory. He had to line that one up, and it was more of a mortar than it was a grenade, of all honesty. And Aliyah gets the kill. Wow, Aliyah hustling the kill from the side of the field. Calvin not sacrificed, but Calvin really put his life on the line there, going all the way out in the field to get it, and you just come in from the side and steal it.
Feels bad, man.
So
Feels bad, man. Yep. Hey, look, that's PUBG for you. You know, when kill points matter, you gotta take those chances when you can and steal a kill all the way. It's 4AK looking for Se7en Esports, but they are driving on forward, just not stopping until they're in a safer position over that hill.
See, 4AK trying to do something from here. They have to make quite a bit of a run all the way down. Zoekt Een Naam, they're going to commit to the hilltop, but no tag team, they're already up. Then O'Connell, he's giving the info across to his teammates now, but they've already gone outside the vehicles.
He's just prone down, just waiting, hoping, looking for something that he can get on top of. On a side note, Caldemented does knock out Winside. Moon.
1, 2. He's just going to count them up. This is so crucial info to give to a team. He has 3 nades. 3 nades. Is it gonna happen? Are we gonna get a Face It Global Summit repeat here? That one is right on the feet of Vasco. That's gonna be 1 knock, and they have no idea where the nades are coming from. They have no clue. O'Connell now his position is revealed. That's 2, that's 3, and that's gonna be all of them out. Tummel was there to help a bit, but O'Connell gets the triple, and they immediately have to turn around because 4AK is pushing up on this one too. What a play, O'Connell, but there are more of them to be made.
O'Connell, my boy, my player, the one to watch, coming in clutch with the prone action, with the grenades, and helping their team get a few more kills. And as you said, 4AK are turning their attention onto no tag team right now. Let's see if they can respond. Let's see if they can turn around and say, okay, we took out one team, we can take out another. Bring it on, 4AK, but also Besiktas are near them.
Yeah, Besiktas, they're trying to make their run up. O'Connell's there again. They do not realize where he is at all. How is he allowed to continue to play like this? Nobody's there. He has 4 kills already. His teammate has 5, and no tech. They're just slaughtering everyone from their sneaky snake positions. This is the Vietnam War all over again. And he is the best guy that I've seen, sneaking around and securing kills. 8 for the team already. O'Connell securing himself 5.
Although Ultra is there, he doesn't take a couple of shots onto O'Connell. He instantly gets prone down. As on a side note, Nail Up helps no tag team by taking out side of Besiktas.
Not only do you get to do it once, but you get to do it twice. Now there's a chance that PG might come up and be in for the same treatment. That was very interesting to watch. And you wanted a chaotic military game. That's one for you right there.
This is why I love military finishes, because it makes it so interesting, so different, so surprising. All these players just pulling out all the stops to just get the kill after kill for their team as Nemrith knocks down O'Connell. Nemrith knocks down Aris. Is this Nemrith just coming out on top for PG?
Nemrith is pushing off the hill. He's trying to get himself some more damage, and they know Given is behind the tree, and that nade is going to be on the money as well. Jupsig all of a sudden all by himself. Still 10 players in the game, which means that despite having 8 kills so far, they're not guaranteed for any placement points whatsoever. From afar, other fights are occurring, but Jupsig here, all by himself, trying to hold it off, and it's not going to happen. Mailman from afar, oh, that's another fight. Nemrith, I was going to say, takes the triple kill in and secures the finish off on towards the team in no tech that was honestly coming off to a really good start.
Hey, look, if you're going to finish outside the point, at least do it in fashion like no tag team, getting 10 kills, I believe it was, in the end for their team.
Good
so
performance.
That's a very good performance, but this game goes on. 8 teams left, 29 players left alive. Toby, what team's looking the best so far in the final positions?
I mean, position-wise, you have a lot of teams that are sitting well in it now, but because nobody's sitting in the center, that means that, like, if it circles hard shifts now, anyone who is in their spots that they're in now will be just fine for whoever team it hard shifts to. But if it goes center up, well, I mean, it's every man's fight for himself.
Every man. I like that kind of finish. Every man's fight for himself, as we do see Desperado hiding behind those aircrafts, as are Se7en Esports, Fake, Calvin Klein sticking together, and then Tomareza and Caldamenta also sticking quite close together, but they are getting shots fired from a distance from the side of Riddle Esports.
Yeah, Tausera and his teammates, they really need to play it smart. It's always tricky to play these airplanes.
It is.
Because you always have cover from one side, but also you're exposed to another. And your main objective is going to be making sure that whichever side you're vulnerable to, you clear that first so that you can use the cover to your advantage. Bjorn, Mac and Gamerlegion, they're in it right after. They second place game last game, already top 7, and they're looking to get even better. And Avangar, I completely forgot about them. I think Max's Soul just made his appearance on land for the first time in like 10 minutes.
We know Avangar love leaving it to the last second to move into the circle. And that's very last second as a pairing, but they've got to be really careful because Gamerlegion are behind him. Yes, he spots out Talk and gets that knockdown.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Se7en spots out Gamerlegion. Oh, Quickmath make that on the other side too. And now the circle, well, shifts north. And that means that these guys in both... I mean, Gamerlegion, they can sit on the dip on the other side of the road, so they can play that position for now. But Riddle, where are you guys headed? There are some different terrains you can play in the fields, of course, but it's always tricky to figure how, like, which position do you take over another when you have pretty much everything open right now.
Okay, if they can look to take on and shut down Quickmath, that wouldn't be a bad start for them to get across the road. Yeah, Se7en and Hani have gone into those vehicles, gotten across the road, trying to create that space for the final two members of Riddle to move in as they are going to go up against Quickmath.
Yeah, they need to hold them off here. They need to get their two teammates over. And as you can see here as well, the field is, I mean, it's playable, but it's extremely hard to play with if you have teams holding you from the north. You need to, well, you want to have as much room as possible. Fortunately for them, right now, Quickmath isn't I mean, they're not going full aggro as far as getting in nade distance and up close. They're smoking themselves off, trying to get the cover, get those boosters running, get some meds going as well. They have made their way into the circle, but these smokes, I mean, they're only going to last them so long.
I know, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to just try and smoke it out, because they're going to smoke it themselves.
Cool.
Okay, yep. Riddle getting those 2 kills onto Quickmath.
That was a good nade thrown straight on his opponents. Good double knock coming in there, and well, I mean, Yord, he wants to get on over now. He's going to see the chance to make that crossover too. He's going to full speed forward, come to his teammates 8 as they try to take down the last remaining player in 2-0 Yuho.
Ooh, getting knocked down on the side of, I believe it's Se7en Esports.
Yeah, and that was the reason they didn't over-aggress to begin with, because as soon as Clip threw those nades right off the bat, I mean, I think it was Desperado, they were already there shooting down towards him, and he was very hesitant in making the, like, over-aggressive push over to try and get the flush in, but they do manage to get it anyway.
Yeah, and it was always going to be tough for Riddle Esports. You know, and they knew Desperado were over across by those planes, so it's kind of like, okay, look, we need to secure our own position. Yeah. So we need to look to shut down Quickmath.
And everyone's trying to fight their side right now. You can see, I mean, Fake is the only one who's really sitting around saying, like, kind of just spotting over, could I potentially get a shot on towards one of these guys on the other side? Now Krabik, I think, realizes, wait, they're looking at us too. I thought we had a deal here that we only shoot south. But they have started concerning themselves with their neighbors too.
Of course. What is it? Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer, Toby?
Oh, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. I don't think anyone here is friends, though. I mean, of course, on your team, but I hope that no one has those alliances. Aliyah from behind. Forcing Krabik to jump down from that one. He's going to get the nade knock in towards Fake, and I don't think there's going to be any reses coming in anytime soon, that's for sure. He was by himself out by the jet engine there, and it would be too dangerous of a crawl on back.
Although we do see the return fire now from Desperado. Calvin Klein getting the knockdown onto Eden Wise, and Coldamente getting the kill. That's going to push back a little bit.
Frank is prone up on the fence. He has been for a while. He could become a difference maker here. Calvin actually does go for the rest. Ooh, Krabik, he knows he's over there. He wants to get the flush, and it bounces on over. Somehow, Calvin is still alive. I'm not sure how that happened, but he lives to see another day. Well, at least another couple of seconds of this game. Their position is still hard to play from, and he needs to make his way into the circle soon as well.
Frank is, I believe, just kind of proning behind the wall or the fence.
Yeah, he's out by the broken wall.
Yeah, he's bent down by the broken wall, so he's going to be able to move around and hopefully spot an Isla GG, get into that compound. He is, of course, outside the circle, so he's going to have to be very, very careful indeed. Also, example is there.
Yeah, I don't think Aliyah has any idea whatsoever that Frank is crouching around over here behind the grandma house. Or the granny, whatever we want to call it. Bjorn, though, still put. Gamerlegion, 4 guys up. They can seemingly get themselves a good finish off here. They have the entire ridge line now to work with. You can see they're constantly keeping their wits about them, making sure that they're not allowing for any sneaky snakes to make their way in from behind.
Well, I think generally they have an idea that Tornado Energy and Se7en Esports are kind of going against each other. So all they have to do is somewhat cover the angles. And, you know, they don't necessarily need to worry about it so much.
Well, I mean, they need to make sure that, I mean, none of the, for example, Tornado Energy guys are pushing up towards that ridge line. That would be a good place to play from in that next circle. But
Krabik. Nice shots coming out from him. Composed, calculated. Able to follow up with a knockdown.
Ooh, Nate's coming in. Frank already threw one. That's going to be the knock coming to the first guy. Millman, he's down to low HP. Somehow, these guys, they just managed to stay alive, but that one is going to take him out in the end. And now Aliyah crossing on over, trying to get into a safer position, as we did see Frank go down just before. A little help from Calvin coming in that regard.
But that was actually somewhat... I really liked that play coming out from Frank. As you see now, Gamerlegion, they have a free reign on that ridge line.
Yeah, they're trying to cross on over towards Riddle.
Yeah.
They know Riddle is busy and occupied with what's going on the side of Desperados. Gamerlegion, I mean, they have a good position to fight from, but now Riddle, they're turning things around.
Well, yeah, because Gamerlegion do have to be a little bit careful. You know, Macindark and Bjorn, if they go too close to Riddle, it's going to be a 2v4 situation.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to over-aggress, not in the 2-2 split, that's for sure. And you don't know exactly what you're up against on the other side. Coldamenta, it's one over towards Bus, so they know example is over there. It's just a matter of them not being able to get the angle. Talsera spots out Krabic. Not able to land the shot.
Really love these military-based finishes. Every single game has just been such a fantastic level of play.
It's really
coming out to a finish, and it's really made me happy as Krabic gets a knockdown onto Calvin's line.
And that's a good headshot. That was only a head available to see. And Talsera took it out. Still 5 teams alive, 25 minutes into the game. Somehow Example is chilling around behind the US. And Calvin, well, he's going to get back up on his feet, and got to give him credit to. I mean, sure, Fake went down earlier when Calvin tried to go for the rest there. Oh, that's going to be Talsera spotting out Buster. Full team eliminated there, but he goes down immediately after.
Well, yeah, that's the unfortunate situation, you know, because Tornado Energy are there. They essentially occupy where Se7en Esports were, so Desperado can't really move right now.
That's the issue, and also more importantly, I guess you can say they all have to cross the road.
True.
Or at least try to. It's not going to be easy, not especially in that one. Handy Bro is landing shots like the one he just hit right there. Coldamenta goes down. Calvin, you need to land a lot of shots if you want to have any chance of crossing this road.
Plus the fact that they would have used a lot of their resources
If
already,
not all.
if not all of them. So getting across that road without any smokes, without any vehicle is just... It's going to be near impossible. But let's see what happens. Macindark are looking for Tornado Energy. They have those smokes. They've made a little bit of a path, but are they going to look to expose it?
Somehow, Aliyah managed to get back on alive. Example was staying alive for the longest time behind that burned out US, and managed to get the rest up in there. Well, slowly and steadily making their way across here. I can't really see how many smokes they have left remaining, but hope they have more because they're not safe in it just yet. Aliyah gets spotted out now. Does manage to get down behind the rocks on Mackin. Has the info that there's indeed players over nearby on that side. Vex goes down though, so now Gamerlegion, they have to be worried, or they have to be aware that that teams are pushing in from multiple angles. This could be the play for Clip to make its way forward. Spots Bjorn.
On a side note, we did see Desperado go out in 4th place overall. They pulled in a great performance. It's down to these 3 teams.
Bjorn was the flank. He was the one holding to make sure that Clip and Riddle couldn't peek on over in that direction. And he going down. That's unfortunate. Mackin does get the finish up on towards Aliyah, so it's now a 2 make that a 3v3 situation here.
But Riddle Esports, more importantly, for now, do have the circle. But also, Gamerlegion, I feel, have a nice kind of ridgeline. They're able to kind of peak on top and better position overall.
Gotta give it to Gamerlegion. I mean, we can discuss the decision making in the end of the last game. I mean, there's always going to be force and against, and in the end, that's their decision to make, and they all committed to it, so that's all good. But them making their way into a final game here yet again, 2 games in a row, that's a good performance. We talked about how they could have gotten themselves into 1st place had they won that game. Now, with Northern Lights going out in 16th place this game, and them having a solid amount of kills to it already and securing a top 2 spot, that's going to be them sitting in 1st place coming into the next one.
It very much is. Now, how are they going to follow up these plays? They are following up by not quite knocking down Hanny, but putting him under a lot of pressure.
Riddle is playing it passive because they know that Gamerlegion has to push on forward. Clip is trying to hold the same angle that he was fighting Bjorn on. They don't want to allow for anyone to flank around the side here.
No.
Oh, spotted out Mackin.
Yeah.
Out of vision again, though, and he doesn't want to take any over-aggressive shots here. He wants to keep this position with a chance of getting the jump on an opponent. Mackin, though, down to low HP, but still alive.
I'm really surprised that wasn't quite a knockdown coming out from Clip, but either way, as you said, down to low health as Gamerlegion. They're doing whatever they can to move into this circle.
Yeah.
They have got in there, everybody outside of Mac and Dark.
I really like the split that Riddle
Yeah.
has right now. One is holding the east over towards Hamster, one is holding the middle, that's handy, and then you have Clip sitting on the southern
Exactly.
side, trying to make sure that they can't flank around, but Fex gets the initial knock now. 3v2 in the favor of Gamerlegion, and how do they play this one? Fex and Hamster, they're pushing around the side together.
I kind of feel this way exactly what Gamerlegion have to do, but they get the knockdown onto Hamster.
Knocks coming in on both sides. All of a sudden, Fex is all on his own on this side. Macken still alive too, and now it's just Clip trying to stay put all by himself, and they know exactly where he is. Fex is on one side, you have Macken on the other. This is their game to win.
Now, Fex does not have a frag grenade to throw out. However, clips are being thrown out by Mackendark. Knocked him down to below half health, and that is the winner chicken dinner going over to Gamerlegion.
Gamerlegion getting themselves that win off of a second place finish off. Really, really good performance. Sure, we can talk about how they had that compound in the south for a while, but once they had to push out into the open, once they crossed over, they were constantly applying pressure to all the teams around them, making sure no one could push. Bjorn was holding one ankle. Fex was making sure they couldn't. But you saw, I mean, every time that he went back, he went to look around, is anyone pushing over the top? Even though when we could see there was no one nearby, they needed